Welcome, first grade scholars, to your second online rhythm lesson. Let's take a look at what we're working with today. We've got a time signature of 4/4, which tells us that there are 4 beats in a measure. We've got double eighth notes that are connected with a bar or a beam, and we've got a quarter note, and we've got over here 4/8 notes all connected together. 1, 2, 3, 4, which we would count 1 and 2. And of course at the very end we have our quarter rest. So let's take a look at the first rhythm. Ready? The first measure. Here we go. There's our first measure, and we have 1 and 2, 3 and 4. All right. Let's count that together. 1 and 2. Ready and count. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Nicely done. Let's do it again. Ready? Go. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Excellent. What do you notice about the second measure? It's exactly the same as the first measure, right on. So let's practice that second measure once, and then we'll put them together. Ready? Count. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Yep, you were right. It's exactly the same. Let's do both of them together. First two measures, first and then second measure. Ready? Count. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Nice job. Let's do it one more time. Ready and count. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Excellent job. Third measure, we're adding an eighth note to 2, right? We're just taking this quarter note, make it into 2/8 notes, and we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Let's do that together. Ready? Count. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Nice. That was pretty easy. You guys are good at that measure. So let's add it to the first 3. Ready? 1 and 2. Ready and count. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That was pretty good. Why don't we go to the fourth measure? A little bit different. It starts with 1 and 2, just like all the other measures. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. But there's no eighth note on the 2, and then 3 is a quarter note. And then 4 is our, of course, quarter rest. So when we practice this one, we need to remember to keep that quarter rest silent and count it in our head. Ready? And practice. 1 and 2, 3. Good job. Let's do it again, and make sure you get this quarter note, which you're going to say 4 in your brain. Make sure it's silent. Ready? And count. 1 and 2, 3. Excellent. So let's try to add that to the entire thing and do all 4 measures together. 1 and 2, ready and count. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3. All right. Let's do that again. Let's practice that again. That was really good. Ready and count. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3. Nice. This time I want you to count it and play it on your legs at the same time. Count and tap your legs at the same time. 1 and 2. Ready? And count. 1 and 2. 3 and 4. 1 and 2. 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3. When I'm done talking, I want you to pause the video and I want you to practice doing this whole rhythm, all 4 measures, as many times as you need to. And then I want you to show someone else that you can do it. So I want you to point to the notes all by yourself as you count for someone else. So show your mom, show your dad, brother, sister. If no one else is around, you can show your dog or cat. That's cool. But show someone and kind of explain to them what you're doing. Maybe even teach them how to do one of the measures. So maybe if your mom or dad doesn't know how to read music, you could show them how to read the music, the rhythm in this first measure here. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. If you show them enough times, they might learn it too. Great job, as always. And we're going to be doing some more rhythm stuff next week. Next week, we might add some pitches as well. So we might be singing the rhythms like we do on our chart. But that'll be next week. This week, teach the first measure to someone in your house. And have a great time doing it. And until I see you again, or until you hear from me again, take care of yourselves, take care of others, and take care of your learning.